Hey friends, Leigh Brown here with One Community Real Estate, and it's been a day. I don't know if you ever had one of those days, but it's been a hell of a one. So yeah. Ugh. So we're gonna start supper tonight with a cocktail. Now, if you did not know this, once upon a time I was a bartender. Frankly, I was the best, and they called me Shorty in the restaurant that I worked in. I didn't know what that meant at the time because I was just a young, naive white girl. So tonight we're having a Dark and Stormy, which involves ginger beer. I like Reed's, and I buy the zero sugar extra ginger because ginger's amazing. So we're gonna put some in the bottom of my good glass. So yeah, you gotta use your good glass when you've had a day. And then we're gonna throw some rum on top. Now I like Queen Charlotte's rum because it's made here at the Muddy River Distillery in Belmont. That's Gaston County. Now if y'all are not from the Charlotte area, you might not know Gaston County, or G-Town as we so affectionately call Gastonia. And yes, that's a liberal port, don't judge. But I will tell you that if you're from Florida by chance, if you have ever made fun of Polk County, then frankly you understand Gaston County, because Gaston County and Polk County are like kiss and kin, and frankly they probably do kiss the kin there. So anyway, we're having a Dark and Stormy tonight, very important. And y'all never got to see me mix a cocktail before, so if you've already enjoyed the first little bit, just hang on, because what we're fixing to make tonight, so good. In fact, it's so good that when I made that for my runner girls Christmas party, they drank me out of house and home, because we run frankly just so we can eat and drink. So anyway, tonight I'm not actually making supper because I heard that y'all needed comfort food, because some of y'all had a day like I had. So tonight we're gonna make banana bread. And this used to have pecans in it, but I ate them all because frankly you gotta eat them while they're sitting around. So one of your prep items you have to do is to chop them up real fine. And it's one of the few things that I have bought at the Pampered Chef parties that I keep getting invited to that I actually use. I love their little hand chopper thing here, but I don't think people have Pampered Chef parties anymore. If they do, they don't invite me, which is fine. They should, because I'm the person that when I get invited, I buy everything. So anyway, we'll use those in a minute, but I got distracted. We got to start off by putting our wet ingredients together. So if your bananas look like those over there, see they're all pretty, nice and firm, beautiful yellow bananas, that is not your candidate. Now if you've never made banana bread, you might not know that the sketchier and browner your sad little banana is, the better it's gonna be, because these are when they're really sugary. So if you didn't know that when it turns real brown and mushy, that's when the sugars have happened. And so yeah, it looks kind of gross and nasty, but we're gonna make use of it. Now you might be at home during quarantine finding yourself with produce you haven't gotten around to eating, and I can't tell you what to do with the vegetables that you did not eat, like when your lettuce turns into frankly water in the produce drawer and things turn colors that you don't know about. Hey Timmy, hand me a fork off camera real quick. I didn't grab a fork. He'll be my helper, but he doesn't really care to be on camera. If he does, it would be entertaining for y'all, because he should have his own show. So anyway, I'll tell you though, if you have spinach that's going sad in your refrigerator produce drawer, the spinach actually winds up being pretty fantastic in a smoothie. Now we've got our bananas in the bowl. We're gonna mash them up. Oops. I didn't drink that much rum beforehand, I promise. I'm saving it for after I get off camera, because some of y'all might judge me. But I'm at home, and when you're a Baptist, you get to drink at home. So anyway, we're gonna mash our bananas good. That's ingredient number one. 3 bananas, okay? So if your family is prone to actually eating what you bring in the house, you can actually buy them on discount at the grocery store over on that little cart at the end of the produce section. This is a great reason to spend like no money at all on the bananas nobody else wants, because you notice the grocery stores have super green bananas sometimes, and they're not good for anybody. In fact, we were at the Myrtle Beach Marathon in March of 2020, and for whatever reason, the bananas at the aid station were straight up green, and that's just not good for nobody. So anyway, you know you love it when I'm over here off camera for a second, but I always forget to have my towels and stuff handy, and my kitchen was not made for television. It's made to cook in. So anyway, after that, we are going to get our mayonnaise out. Now, I don't know where y'all live who are watching my videos, but if you use anything besides Duke's mayonnaise, we are not friends, because this stuff is unique and magical, and it says on the lid it's the secret to great food. They're not playing, y'all. I don't know how some of y'all have made it through life, frankly, eating things like Hellman's. Hellman's is nasty, or that salad dressing stuff. Duke's mayonnaise. In fact, when I did not live in North Carolina for a short time, I would carry this back in my suitcase. You need about a half a cup, so that's not quite a half a cup, which is like 2 giant dollops with your big spoon. And so that's how much we need of that. And then we need 1 egg. Lucky for me, I have 1 egg left in my refrigerator. We're gonna put it in, and shazam, we're gonna mix that up, and then that makes your wet ingredients. And we're gonna stir it good. Now be careful though, just to combine it, because if you over stir, for whatever reason, it will take all the moisture and lightness out. And frankly, even if you understand all the science, please don't tell me about it, because I really don't care. I just want things that taste good, and this is amazing. And for those of y'all that are sitting there going, ooh, mayonnaise, don't be so judgy. You gotta try it, because it seriously makes the moisture happen in this banana bread. So that is our wet ingredients. And now we're gonna put our dry ingredients together in another bowl. This is pretty easy. It's just a 1.5 cups of flour. And as you know, I only use white lily flour. If you are a Yankee who lives somewhere else, you're gonna have to hunt and find it, because frankly, there is no other kind of flour I'm gonna buy. Even though a good friend of mine said I had ought to buy King Arthur to make bread, I bought some, and we'll see how that experiment turns out. But the reason my cakes, pies, biscuits, and everything are so good is white lily flour. So you need a 1.5 cups of that. Let's mix it up here. You don't have to sift it. That's for fancy baking things. We need a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder. If you're new to cooking, please pay attention. There's a difference. And I do actually measure things like baking soda and baking powder, but I don't always measure salt, because I like to be very Justin Wilson. So about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna toss that in there. And now, well, I'll just stir with the back of my teaspoon spoon, because I didn't pick another fork up to disperse that a little bit. And then let's get those mixed in. Now you want your baking soda and salt to be evenly dispersed, because that's the magic of the rising. And then we need some sugar. We're gonna use 3/4 cup. And those of y'all that are thinking, well, Leigh, if you use a special brand on flour, what do you use on sugar? Friends, I use Dixie Crystals. I don't know why y'all would use anything else. So this is Dixie Crystal sugar. So we need 3/4 cup. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna add in our pecans, and we need about a 1/2 cup. So I chopped them up before I put y'all on camera, because I'm nice like that. And I'm gonna take the large pieces off the top, and I'm frankly just gonna eat them. And I'm gonna pick out the big ones, because my family will fuss if there's too big of a chunk in the banana bread. And those will be my snack with my Dark and Stormy after I'm done being on video with y'all. So anyway, you notice how much happier I am already? You'd be happier too if you learn how to cook some things at home that will make everybody come into your kitchen and be happy. And then drink lots of beverages, because we're going to make it through coronavirus. And especially if you people would stop giving up all your civil liberties. I think we're gonna have to have a discussion about that. That we as a citizenry need to have better conversations about data and what we are willing to give up in times of need and crisis, because frankly, y'all, we need to be given a damn. So anyway, we're gonna add the flour to the wet, and again, you're mixing it just until it's combined, and this is gonna be kind of thick, and it won't even look real appetizing. So for those of y'all that are sensitive, all right, I hope you saw the back of my shirt. It's my fancy one. I wore it just for y'all. So we're gonna put the wet mixture in with the dry mixture. By the way, Michael Oppler is right. My oven is 350 degrees, because 350 tends to be the magic number. So I didn't cut it on though, because look, let's just hit start and cut that on. Mix this until it is just mixed. So go around the edges. I've had to teach my children not to mix too enthusiastically, because that's how flour gets all over your countertop. And frankly, I'm wearing a navy blue shirt. Doesn't match my black skirt, so please don't judge that I do not match this evening, because I had that day. But still, here I am, right? And here with you, wherever you are on the other side of the camera. Hopefully you're sending me some love on the other side. And you should know that I do enjoy making this in the morning when I get back from my runs, because then I have nice warm banana bread to go with my cup of coffee. because one reason I do like to run in the morning is I get to come home and drink as much coffee as I want afterwards. So now we're nice and mixed, and see, that's what it looks like. See, it just looks like a kind of a glumpy mess. And then we have our loaf pan. I already greased it up. Now I grease my pan with Crisco, and I'll tell y'all a secret to greasing your pan. Put your hand in a Ziploc bag and then reach into your Crisco and wipe it around, and then you won't get Crisco all over your hand and things will come out of your pan. So now I use the mini loaves because frankly, we can't eat a large one effectively, and this means that we have a couple of spares to give away if somebody has had a death or an emergency, a job loss, a spousal loss, or the children went to rehab. There's lots of reasons somebody might need banana bread. Or my doctor friend, she was noticing my post on social media and said, oh, it looks so good. I said, girl, come by my house on the way home from the doctor's office and I will send some home with you. But I think she's probably afraid she'll have to share, but she would. She's good like that. So that's what we're going to do. See, that's just enough mix for 4 mini loaves, which means you could have some for you, some for your mama, some for a friend, and some for a stranger in need. And you probably shouldn't give it to a real stranger though, because they probably wouldn't trust your cooking during coronavirus times, but maybe they would, I don't know. Frankly, some people I don't think are caring in the slightest bit right now, which is fine. We're supposed to have the freedoms for that. So anyway, there is our food. Big secret here, use your finger to get a little extra up off the edges so it doesn't bake and make little black spots on your pan. My house, my rules. Now I'm gonna throw this in the oven. Now a normal loaf would probably take an hour to cook. Mini loaves, maybe 35 minutes. Cook it until your toothpick comes out clean. I never use a knife, I use a toothpick. Have your cocktail, have you some banana bread. Y'all, it's all gonna be all right. Click subscribe. As usual, please tell me what I should name my show and tell me what you need me to make next. I'm probably gonna disclose the secrets to the best cobbler ever, so that as y'all are thinking ahead to family reunions and pig pickings, you will have something to carry with you. In the meantime, carry on and I'll see you soon.